Sunday Night Baseball as we welcome you to Guaranteed Rate Field. Tonight we begin a new homestand with the first of three between the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox. Two of the best bats in the business go at it next on the show. Dirk Zumaya, a right-hander from Illinois, will be the starter here. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, Matt, we're watching a guy who's the reigning champion of the Cy Young in the American League last year. He's the American League Cy Young Award winner. That speaks volumes to his stuff and how he gets himself ready for games. He's always prepared. Lineups are afraid of him, and regardless he's having a good outing or not, the stuff carries. So I want to see him have a good outing today.
Coming to the plate now, Ronald Guzman. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. And Harold, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. They've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix their pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win. Hey, Matt, I like the cold weather strategy. You're probably saying, what's that, Harold? Well, the ball's up. He knows it's not going to carry on this cold night, so now you elevate out of the zone, and you hope they swing at it and get some cheap pop-ups.
And he chased it in the dirt. Watson is after it. He'll throw down to first, 1 away. Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Harold?
Matt, this lineup has been on fire. Everybody's hitting from top to bottom. I don't know how you get them out right now. If you roll the ball up there, they'll probably golf it out of the ballpark. They've been that hot.
Now in the box, Sonny Anderson. On the season, he's hitting just over .290 coming into action here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff. Frozen with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
I understand pitching carefully to this guy in the box, but the man on deck doesn't represent any relief either. He's going to have to go after one of these guys.
And he's taking here and looks at strike 2 right down the middle. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a consistent and fair umpire, Matt. Sometimes he might give a little on the corners, but it doesn't ever seem to impact the game too much.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Standing in now, Jackie Rose, as he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 3 homers and 7 driven in. The windup and the 0-1. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. Just getting started here on the south side of this one. Low and inside with the breaking ball as that causes him to back up a bit.
Well, we all know he can burn on the base pass, right? But that's a little tougher to do when you've got a nice goose egg on your leg. It's tough to do like that.
Look out as this bat shatters on impact. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Hot shot to third. Brown gloves it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nothing doing here in the opening half inning. Indians nothing. White Sox coming to bat. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Anthony Ayala gets the ball for the Indians in this one. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, he's really had a tough time his last 3 outings. ERA over 9. That's basically giving up a run an inning. He just has really struggled and not been able to figure it out. They're giving him the ball, though, and anytime you get the ball, you got a chance to turn it around. We'll see if today's the day he turns it around.
Into the box, Xavier Uribe. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0. Harold, we check out the Tribe as they begin here tonight. They've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Well, Matt, their theme song, I heard it in the clubhouse. On the road again? Yeah, they are. I mean, it was a short homestand, and now they're back out there once again playing game 1 on the road. They may as well not unpack their bags. This is a tough trip again.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those 2 pitches weren't even close. Ball's behind in the count, 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
3-0 now. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he takes ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here in the home half of the first in a scoreless ball game.
As if things aren't tough enough here playing in this hostile environment, he walks the leadoff hitter. And, oh, yeah, he's a threat to run every time he gets on base. Not the way he wanted to start this outing.
Settling in now, Scott Subcheck. He's hitting just south of 300 in April. From the stretch, here's the pitch. A called strike over the outside corner. A runner at first with no outs here. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball. Runner goes for second. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. So he's in safely following the stolen base, and running has been made a priority on this team here in the early going as we view the league leaderboard for team stolen bases. And lo and behold, the White Sox are currently on top of the AL in that category. No one out with a runner at second. And here's a curveball looked at. Strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning. A moment here from the south side to take a look at the Pale Hose starting lineup in this one. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, Matt, I think the cleanup hitter might be the difference in this game. This guy is one of 3 American League Silver Sluggers in the outfield. You know how many outfielders there are in the league? A lot. And he walked away with one of the Silver Sluggers. This man can hit.
Into the box now, Robbie Lopez. He's got that average way up into the 330s to begin the day. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a cutter, but that's in the dirt for a ball. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
You know, I think that off-speed pitch fooled him a little bit, but not enough. He was able to hold back.
Here it comes, 2-0. Rounded down the third baseline. And that's a fair ball as this one gets by him at third. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
Well, he comes up with the big RBI hit right there and puts them ahead in this ball game. If they can keep a lead, get to that bullpen, they got a shot to win this game.
Now at the plate, Nick Lopez. He enters play 6th in the American League in the batting race. First offering on its way. Ball chopped foul right at home plate, and it's 0-1. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. Runners on first with one down. In the dirt here. Runner holds as the count moves to 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
He swung so hard, I don't know how he stayed on his feet or kept his helmet on. I'm surprised he didn't fall down. He swung so hard. What a big swing.
Runner at first here, one man out. That misses, and it's going to set up a big pitch now. 3-2.
3-2 count with a guy on first base that can run like he can. I think they got to send him right here. I think he's off and running.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Hit hard back up the middle. Oh, a diving stop. Got him.
That was an offensive play there. You know, he's not the guy you'd necessarily expect to make a play like that. He's not known for his glove skills.
Stepping in now, Phil Carter, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with two away. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Outside, 2-1.
Well, he clearly read the scouting report. This guy's been sizzling hot, and look at how careful he's been pitching him.
Runner in scoring position at second with two down. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Guzman looking up, and this one is gone. A home run. Two-run shot to straightaway center. Home run number 5 on the year. And the Sox will move out in front now, 3-0.
Well, he was already off a bit, giving up a run into first, and then they tag him for a two-run job here, and he's officially struggling. When a start goes sideways this early, it's hard to get back on track sometimes. We'll see if he can.
Into the box, Brandon Swanson, as he tries to go out and get the slider, but it's not there. It's strike one. He'll enter play here at 323. 3 homers and 16 RBIs. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Guzman over to his right. And that ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Second inning coming up. It's now 3-0 Pale Hose. Digging in the switch hitter, Salvador Baez. He'll lead it off here to begin the second.
Salvador Baez.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
Well, you've been given a 3-0 lead. The last thing you want to do is have base runners on and then give up a big ball, and that 3 runs means nothing to you. So pitch around the corners, make them chase the ball, but do not walk people. Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but those were 2 good pitchers' pitches. Both on the inside half, both for strikes. There's nothing you can do with it. You just got to hope now you get something to hit.
Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. Watson gathers, and he makes the throw to first. Baez almost reached on the strikeout, but he couldn't quite beat the throw, and there's one gone.
All right, Matt, time for majestic defensive alignment for the White Sox. We're looking at one of the best defensive teams in the league. They're in the top 5 in fielding percentage. Not many balls get through here. You're going to have to earn it if you want to beat these guys.
Standing in, Henry Maldonado. The average for him entering play sits down in the 250s. Here comes the first pitch. Tough one to lay off, called a strike. That fastball was a lively one. You could hear the pop of the glove all the way up here.
Yeah, nothing better, huh, guys? I guess maybe the crack of the bat, but I'm not as partial to that as most people. He looks good and loose out there to start this one.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Batting sixth, catcher, Damian Miller.
At the plate, Damian Miller. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. Into the windup and the pitch. Right over the middle, knee high. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss. The 0-2 delivery. Curveball that time, not even close. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball misses the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Tribe. They trail it here 3-0. Digging in, Taylor McCutcheon. And he's seen his numbers on the rise here over the last 5 games or so.
Taylor McCutcheon.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. And now a pitch on the way. Good tailing action there. It's 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he chased up and out of the zone. A swing and a miss. The 1-2 pitch. Hit out towards second. Blanton fields it cleanly. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Indians. Well, this team is really going to be busy today. You look at how this pitcher's been struggling all season. All you got to do is look at that ERA. That tells me he's given up a lot of balls hit, and the defense is going to be very, very busy in this one.
Ready now, Anthony Brown. The early season average pushing up near 350, so he's definitely been a bright spot for his ball club. Cut fastball taken for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Cut fastball that time, but he doesn't bite, and now it's 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Guzman sprinting after it, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Batting 9th, catcher Delman Watson.
Now batting, Delman Watson. He's hit the ground running right out of spring training, entering this one with a batting average over 300. Skied into straightaway right. Aguilera will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Down in order go the White Sox. but they lead it 3-0. Digging in now, Brian Aguilera. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
And this will be fouled away. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
That was an ugly swing, and that's indicative of how they've been swinging the bat today. They just have not looked like they're picking the ball up at all. He's just dominating them.
Ooh, tough to lay off there, but it's called a ball 1-2.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
And another foul ball.
Now that's some good hitting. You hear the cliche good hitting, but that is. He fouls off a changeup with 2 strikes. Very difficult to do. Oh, that's a good sign right there. After the fastball, he gets that changeup, and he stayed right on it. Just couldn't keep it fair. He's seeing the ball well, though.
Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. Still early in the season, of course, but we'll give you a look nonetheless at our standings to this point in April. Stepping in, Barry Blanton. The average in the early season, not pretty for him, hovering in the 220s. First offering on its way. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
And a curveball that time that broke too low. Indians still in search of their first hit of the ball game. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
And he swings and pops it foul behind the plate. The next 3-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Uribe is there. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting ninth, first baseman Ken Shaver.
At the plate, Ken Shaver. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Meanwhile here, this ball's given a pretty good ride out to deep left field, and that is going to clear the wall. A home run. A solo shot here to left. Home run number 2 for him on the year. And the Indians are now on the board. It's a 3-1 ball game.
Only the first hit of the night, but it was a big one. He absolutely punished that mistake. And you have to wonder if that will open the floodgates a little.
Into the box now Ronald Guzman. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Guzman.
The windup and the 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
I'm no hitting expert, but you can't take a swing that's a whole lot more uglier than that one.
2 out, nobody on. Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again? And we'll have to leave it there, as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. But the Tribe draw a bit closer thanks to this home run. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's the White Sox 3 and the Indians 1. Digging in to try it again, Xavier Uribe. No official at-bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one.
Uribe.
Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Oh, Matt, look, it's real simple. If you're going to throw the ball down the middle in the big leagues, you're going to get hammered. He's got to put the ball in the corner if he wants to have any chance.
And he throws a cutter right by him to take control. 1-2. 1-2. Here it comes. Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full. 3-2 here.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
And good patience exercised as he works out to walk to lead off the home half of the 3rd.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up where he can really hurt you.
Digging in for his 2nd at-bat, Scott Subcheck. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1.
I like that take right there. I know it's a strike, but man, they're making him work. He's been struggling early, and now they're making him work even more. You got to stay within your game plan and be patient, and I think this is a good plan right now.
Runners on the move for 2nd. Pitch swung on and missed the throw, and it skips in as he steals the bag easily.
Well, this pitcher's out there just trying to get hitters out, and he's having a hard time doing that. So as a base runner, that's a good time to try to steal some bases. He's probably not as focused on controlling the running game as he should be.
0-2. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the 1st out.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
Standing in now, Robbie Lopez. He swings, and it's a line drive to left center. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. And tack on 1 more, make it a 4-1 lead.
That is what every manager is looking for out of the middle of his lineup. When you get your 3, 4, and 5 hitters producing this early in the season, it can be contagious, and everyone in the lineup starts to contribute.
In now, Nick Lopez, as the changeup to him drops in there for the 1st strike. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Ball 1. Has a look. Now the pitch to short. Anderson moving to his right. Throw just in time, and oh, that was awfully close. The tag, and he's out at the plate. Sox get 1 on the RBI double. We played 3 full. It's now 4-1 Chicago. Ready for another chance? Sonny Anderson. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Shortstop, Sonny Anderson.
Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare
4,
down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Stepping in now, Jackie Rose, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. I was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
Uribe from the outfield grass. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Now batting.
That was a quick release right there from the second baseman. Very easily could have been an infield hit, but he erased any hopes of that with a good athletic throw.
Into the box, Salvador Baez, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Set to deliver the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. On the screws to shortstop, but caught to retire the side. Indians go down 1-2-3. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. Trying to pick things up where we left off.
Leading off
Phil
the 4th inning.
Carter.
First baseman, Phil Carter.
First delivery to him on the way. And he takes ball 1.
Been a real big struggle for him so far on the mound. 4 runs and only 3 innings, so it'll be interesting to see if he can settle in at all and make some adjustments, or if this start will continue to run downhill.
Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. 50th pitch of the game on its way. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss. And oh, look out as the cutter ran way in and just about drilled him.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate. At the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again.
Heading out towards shallow right. Aguilera has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1.
Batting, the designated hitter, Brandon Swanson.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brandon Swanson comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. Line drive snagged on a short hop. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, center fielder Taylor McCutcheon.
Into the box now, Taylor McCutcheon. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. Cut fastball inside, ball 1. 4-1 our score as we play inning number 4. And that's in there for his strike 1-1. Cutter misses, and it's 3-1. Check that 2-1.
I'm sure he's frustrated by that call. Probably could have been a strike, but at the same time, Earning strikes from the umpire is a real thing. If you've been all over the place like he has, you're just not going to get much help from the umpires.
Anderson will put this one away, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox, but they lead it 4-1. Striding in once again, Henry Maldonado. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Henry Maldonado.
First pitch on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But you've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening.
1-1. Here it comes. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. The 1-2 pitch. Line to the right side. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the fifth. Stepping up to the plate, Damian Miller comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on in the bullpen, and now he's brought it into the game. If he's able to incorporate that in his stuff, look out.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. The 0-2 home. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1.
On 0-2, you'll sometimes get a guy to chase a fastball out of the zone away or up, but when it's way down like that, it's much easier to lay off because you can tell the ball is moving further away from eye level as it comes in.
On to first to complete the double play.
Now batting, right fielder, Brian Aguilera.
Stepping into the box, Brian Aguilera. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1.
With 2 outs, they're not playing him to bunt here, and he didn't show it there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't at least thinking about it. He handles the bat pretty well, and he can definitely run.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. The big curveball just misses apparently. Ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Subcheck is after it. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
There's no question he's been struggling at the dish lately, trying to do anything to get himself going. So he's got to feel pretty good after that double. Not to take anything away from him, but I think I could have probably hit that pitch.
Yeah, that's one of those gift pitches, not the location he was shooting for. Standing in now, Barry Blanton pitches a cold strike. And he'll be tagged out trying to steal third. And that just doesn't make much sense as the inning is over. Indians fail to score. They trail it 4-1. So coming to the plate, Anthony Brown. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5. Some stirring now in the Cleveland bullpen. They'll get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing. Right there for strike 1. And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
I love the pitch sequence. He shows him a pitch in the zone, then he throws him a slider out of the zone. He's owning him right now.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Swinging a liner back through the box. And this inning starts with a solid base hit. So with that, the White Sox put their leadoff hitter aboard to start the inning.
Whoa, that ball was close. Whizzed right by his head. I think he probably heard it go by, guys. That's pretty unsettling for a pitcher. Trust me, I know.
Jamal Witt is going to take over here in inning number 5, so it'll be a bullpen game from here on out.
Witt.
Delman Watson will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher, as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out. He's set, and the pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Oh, and he misses it. The relay. The tag, and he is out at second.
It looked like he had a great jump on the ball. Was going to bring it in, no problem. But something happened as he approached the foul line, and it went right by him. It wasn't a routine play, but he'll tell you he should have had it.
In now, Xavier Uribe. That's lifted the other way out to left. Maldonado is there. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And they'll add one more to the lead. It's now a 5-1 ball game.
Hey, great job there by this power hitter. Known for driving the ball out of the ballpark. Does the job to run home.
Digging in once again, Scott Subcheck. Bases empty and 2 gone following the sacrifice fly. First pitch on its way. Check swing and a pop-up out toward the mound. Throw is not going to be in time to get him, and somehow he's going to wind up with an infield single.
How do you like that? A check swing and he gets a single. Most people are complaining on a check swing. I didn't go. Now you see what happens when you do.
Ready for another shot now. Robbie Lopez. He doubled earlier and carries it. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
It can be tough to lay off a high fastball like that because right at your eye level, it looks like it's so easy to hit, and then it's by you.
Looking at a tough pitch called a strike.
There seem to be different philosophies on it. So, Dan, what was your approach in 0-2 counts?
My philosophy is this. I think the last thing you want to do is throw non-competitive pitches, Matt. Throw something down in the zone or just out of the zone, but something way out of the zone doesn't serve any purpose.
5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Sox get a run here on 2 hits. 5 innings complete, and the White Sox are out in front 5-1. Ready for another chance? Barry Blanton. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game, but this can continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. The pitch. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul.
It's the first game of the road trip, and it takes a little bit to get an adjustment. You're not used to being that team that goes to the plate first to start the game after you've been home for a long homestand. But they need to get comfortable now in the new surroundings, or they're going to get blown out of this game.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Lifted in the air out to left. Lopez has it in his tracks. 1 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ken Shaver.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Ken Shaver. Into the windup and the pitch. Squared that one up just a little late. The windup and the 0-1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. One and 2. Here it comes. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. We're in the 6th inning now of a 5-1 ball game. Slapped hard the opposite way, but he'll barely have to move out there and right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
Well, this one was squared up pretty good, but just like pitchers give up hits on well-executed pitches, batters make outs on balls they couldn't have hit much better.
Stepping in now, Ronald Guzman, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Laid off as it caught the inside corner. Looking to send him packing again. Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Drilled right back up the middle, and there's his first base hit in this one. So on a full count pitch, he's able to get on base and keep the inning going.
Well, Matt, that's the 6th game. He's got a base hit in now. You got to start a streak somewhere. I start paying attention about 6 games. He's swinging the bat pretty good.
Ready for another shot now. Sonny Anderson. He struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for Cleveland so far. Pitch misses low. The throw down. Not in time. He's in there at second.
It was pretty obvious he would likely be on the move with 2 outs, and I'm sure the defense knew it too. But he has lightning speed and was able to take the bag anyways.
Hit in the air to center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 1 left for the Tribe. They're down 5-1. Digging in to try it again, Nick Lopez. He'll have the opportunity to kick things off as we begin the home 6th. Here comes the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
I like that. That's great 2-0 hitting. You're looking for one specific pitch in one specific area. You don't get it, you take it.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Aguilera is in his tracks now, and he puts it away for the first down.
The batter, first baseman, Phil Carter.
Phil Carter will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Skied into very shallow right. Aguilera is there. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Brandon Swanson.
Digging in once again, Brandon Swanson. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First offering on its way. And a good swing there as this is deep down the line in right, but this is going to wind up out of play. 2 out, nobody on. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Aguilera has a read on it, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the White Sox. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Back here on the south side of Chicago, White Sox on top in this one. But before we get out to the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary through the first 6. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jackie Rose. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th. In there, strike 1.
I've been so impressed how he's got ahead of hitters. He's been over 80% in the game right now. First pitch strike to hitters. When you do that, you're going to have good success.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are.
Oh, hang on now. This ball is smoked to right, and I don't think this one's coming back. No chance. It's gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. 4th home run for him on the season, and it's now a 5-2 game.
I know I get big money for my expert analysis, but this is pretty simple. If you put a fastball up in the zone over the heart of the plate, this guy's going to turn it around in a heartbeat. This one was no shocker.
Into the box now, Salvador Baez. No hits to this point. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Look out, 2-0 now. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Action in the White Sox bullpen now as they have a left-hander getting loose. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch hit out towards second. Uribe is right there on to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
29, Henry Maldonado.
Digging in and looking for more, Henry Maldonado. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And the pitch. And that's right there, and we're even at 1. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Not much to say about that swing other than it should have never happened.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now.
Now batting, catcher, Damian Miller.
Striding in once again, Damian Miller. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Chop foul over towards the dugout. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. Next pitch will be number 100 for him now through 6 2/3.
Tell you what, 6 2/3. He got 100 pitches. He's done a nice job.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Indians strike for 1 on this solo homer.
stretch.
Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the White Sox 5 and the Indians 2. Ready once again, Taylor McCutcheon. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Now some movement in the Tribe bullpen as a right-hander starts to loosen up. And this is taken outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Here it is. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out.
The batter, third baseman, Anthony Brown.
Into the box now, Anthony Brown. A hit in 2 tries so far. First offering on its way. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Hot shot down the line, but a foul ball. 1-1. 5-2 our score as we play inning number 7. Ripped down the line, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. Here it comes. Curveball that time, not even close. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Line towards center field, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Another hit, another multi-hit game. He has been on some kind of hot streak. They better start paying attention to him.
Elman Watson.
Now we'll snap one off over to the bag. Oh, and it froze him, and they got him.
I think he was going first pitch, first movement all the way, and apparently the pitcher knew it too, caught him leaning.
Into the box, Delman Watson. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left. No chance at bringing this one back. And gone. An absolute bomb. A solo home run. A solo shot here to left. Home run number 2 for him on the year as they open it up to 6-2 now.
Well, that's why you hear people say work down in the zone. That's such a difficult pitch to hit. But if the ball's up a little bit, these great hitters, they touch it, it's going out of the ballpark. Right there is a prime example.
The batter number
in
15,
now, Xavier Uribe. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
Oh, and that was a big mistake right there. This guy might be their best base-stealing threat in the lineup, so now he's got a chance to move into scoring position without even putting the ball into play.
So striding forward now, Scott Subcheck. Now we'll step off and fire to the bag. And he is tagged out here. Boy, a bad mistake that time as he's picked off to end the inning. White Sox able to add on thanks to this solo home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's now 6-2. Duke Johnson has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Duke Johnson.
Digging in, Brian Aguilera. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point.
Aguilera.
Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. And now a pitch on the way. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
1-1. Here it is. That was a curveball that never really broke, stayed high.
And that ball's not intentional. That was not even a fastball. Relax now, people. I know we get excited when the ball's up and in.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Fouled back. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Good job going down and hanging with it that time.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Another 2-2 offering. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out. An AL Central battle here in Chicago. The White Sox leading the Tribe here in the 8th at Guaranteed Rate Field as you get a look at our line score through the first 7 and change. At the plate, Barry Blanton. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Off speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty. But, hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
Hit hard to the right. Foul. Hit down the line at first. And that finds its way through for a base hit. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he'll reach second now with 1 away. Stepping up now, Ken Shaver. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. First pitch coming. Here it is. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball. 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Right over the middle, knee high. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. And a fastball. Tough take there, but it's even back at 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Now a swing and a fly ball. Subcheck is over, and he puts it away in foul ground for the second out.
Now batting, the center
Striding in, Ronald Guzman. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring one run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
And he gets ahead 0-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Knuckleball upstairs. Dangerous pitch taken for a strike.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Indians leave 1. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Kazuhito Yamazaki is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Kazuhito Yamazaki.
Standing in, Scott Subcheck. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8th.
Fielder, Scott Subcheck.
This is in the air out to right field. Aguilera is under it. 1 out.
Up next for Chicago, the shortstop.
Now at the plate, Robbie Lopez. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Action going on now in the Indians bullpen as they have a left-hander up and getting loose. First pitch of the at-bat. Swinging a soft liner. So he'll add 1 to his total as that falls in. He's got 3 hits in this one.
Well, we see a lot of line drives from this guy, but that right there, the soft liner, he'll take it. That's just a product of great swing and hard work.
Lopez.
Stepping in now, Nick Lopez pitches a cold strike. The is there, and he's out trying to take second.
Wow, that's a big-time throw right there, and it's a tall task to throw him out stealing a bag, but he got rid of it quickly, and it was a good job down there applying the quick tag. They'll have to feel good about that one.
I'm set with the 0-1. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Aguilera on the move. He makes the play. A great catch on the run to retire the side. White Sox down on just 4 pitches. They lead it 6-2.
Your
Jeff
attention, please.
Zink takes
Now
the ball
pitching
now
for
in
the
inning
White
number
Sox.
9, looking to
Number
close the door.
46. Jeff Zink.
At the plate, Sonny Anderson. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame.
Anderson.
9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
Oh, that's a good-looking curveball to hit right there. That ball's coming right into you. So maybe he's measuring him and looking for another one this pitch.
Hit on the ground out to short. Lopez takes it in. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Up next for Cleveland, the designated hitter, Jackie Rose.
Digging in, Jackie Rose. Sent out to straightaway center field. McCutcheon is in pursuit. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
Up next for Cleveland, third baseman, Salvador Valle.
Digging in the switch hitter, Salvador Baez. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Called strike over the outside corner. Now the pitch. And this will be a called strike 2, and trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Oh, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2.
Now that's that old school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
Good changeup in the dirt. Strike 3. Watson finds it. Throw on to first will take care of him, and the White Sox have taken the opener here at home as this ball game is over.
Always nice to get the first game of the series, but even more so when it's in front of the home crowd. Seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
And tonight's ends at a 6-2 finish. Dirk Zumaya earns the win, his second. Anthony Ayala was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com.